तू भजले भजले राम गोविंद हरि। राम गोविंद हरि, राम गोविंद हरि, राम गोविंद हरि। तू भजले भजले राम गोविंद हरि। मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर, मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर। ओटल होते शरीर, ओटल होते शरीर। राम गोविंद हरि, राम गोविंद हरि, राम गोविंद हरि, राम गोविंद हरि। तू भजले भजले राम गोविंद हरि। मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर, मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर। ओटल होते शरीर, ओटल होते शरीर। राम गोविंद हरि। तू भजले भजले राम गोविंद हरि। सहेज किनारा मिल जाएगा, सहज किनारा मिल जाएगा। ओटल होते शरीर, ओटल होते शरीर। राम गोविंद हरि। तू भजले भजले राम गोविंद हरि। राम गोविंद हरि, राम गोविंद हरि, राम गोविंद हरि। तू भजले भजले राम गोविंद हरि। तू भजले भजले राम गोविंद हरि। जगदम्बा देवी माता की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। With flowers in our hands, we propitiate worship to the divine goddess, Adi Shakti, Jagadamba Devi. And so we chant the mantras of invocation as we pray to her with faith, with love and with conviction. O Ma, we come knocking at your door once more. As the world sings your praises, we bow in humble adorations unto thee, O Mother Goddess. May you be pleased with us. Adorations unto thee again and again. Hari Om Sri Ganesha Namah, Sri Saraswate Namah, Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Govinda Namo Namah. Shuklam Bharadram Deva Shashi Varanam Chaturbhuja प्रसन्नवरनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये. Together. वक्रतुण्डा महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ते प्रचोदयात्. ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः. ॐ उमामहेश्वराय नमः. ॐ वाणिरण्यगर्वाय नमः. ॐ सचिब्रह्मभ्यो नमः. ॐ मात्रे पित्रे चरणकमलेभ्यो नमः. ॐ इष्टदेवताय नमः. ॐ ग्रामदेवताय नमः. ॐ स्थानदेवताय नमः. ॐ दशदिक्पालदेवताय नमः. ॐ सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः. ॐ सर्वेभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमः. ॐ ऐं हैं क्रीं चामुण्डाय विचे नमः. भगवती माता की जय. ॐ दुं दुर्गा नमः. 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 We ignite the flame in our tears. May Mahalakshmi be the Sakshi, the witness. Om Deepa Jyotir Para Brahma Deepa Jyotir Janadhara Deepo Haratami Papam Deepo Yamrate Gretam Shubham Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukhasamparam Mama Shatru Vinasha Deepa Jyotir Namostute. Together. Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayani Mantra Murti Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. We sprinkle water on all the ingredients and the oblations, praying for purification. Apavitra Pavitra Sarvavastam Gatopya Yasmaret Pundari Kaksha Sabahayam Tara Suche. Om Punatu Punatu Achmanam Samarpayami. At this time, we're about to propitiate worship to the Divine Goddess. And so as we pray to her with conviction from our hearts, O Ma Durga, listen to our prayer. In your homes, wherever you are, let us pray to the Divine Goddess. As you perform Manas Puja, as we physically pour the oblations, you in your homes, wherever you are, you too mentally, we pray to the Divine Goddess. O Ma, O Adi Shakti, may you be pleased with us. Adorations unto thee again and again. मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया.
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया.
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया.
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया.
दुर्गा मैया, देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया.
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया.
We bathe the Murti of the Mother Goddess with water. May you wash away our sickness or troubles or problems or distresses. We bathe the Murti of the Mother Goddess with our Arghya, our Dar. Praying, O Ma, may you bless us with longevity and prosperity. We beg of you, listen to our prayer. Salutations and prostrations unto thee again and again. Om Aim Hem Krim Chamundai Viche Namah. स्नानं चराओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो स्नानं चराओ दुर्गा मैया.
स्नानं चराओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो स्नानं चराओ दुर्गा मैया.
अर्घ्यं चराओ देवी मैया, मैं तो अर्घ्यं चराओ देवी मैया.
अर्घ्यं चराओ देवी मैया, मैं तो अर्घ्यं चराओ देवी मैया.
दुर्गा मैया, देवी मैया, मैं तो स्नानं चराओ दुर्गा मैया.
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया.
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया.
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया.
We offer to the most beautiful form of Devi, clothing, You who have blessed us with the gift of clothing, we have a clothing in our worship, O Ma Durga. We adorn the Murti with the raksha. Praying may you protect us, Ma, from all directions. We beg of you, listen to our prayer, listen to our petition. Adorations and prostrations unto thee again and again. Vasram charao Durga Maiya, me to vasram charao Durga Maiya.
Vasram charao Durga Maiya, me to vasram charao Durga Maiya.
Raksha charao Devi Maiya, me to raksha charao Devi Maiya.
Raksha charao Devi Maiya, me to raksha charao Devi Maiya.
Durga Maiya, Devi Maiya, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
We adorn our Murti with chandan and perfume. May you illumine the path of our lives. May you rid us of lust and anger and hatred and jealousy and ego and pride. May you guide us into the path of mukti, salvation. We beg of you, O Ma Durga, listen to our prayer. Salutations unto thee again and again. Chandan charao Devi Maiya, me to chandan charao Devi Maiya.
Chandan charao Devi Maiya, me to chandan charao Devi Maiya.
Chandan charao Durga Maiya, me to chandan charao Durga Maiya.
Chandan charao Durga Maiya, me to chandan charao Durga Maiya.
Durga Maiya, Devi Maiya, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
गंधम चराओ देवी मैया, मैं तो गंधम चराओ दुर्गा मैया।
गंधम चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो गंधम चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
We adorn our Murti with hardi and sindur. May you purify our very existence in this world. And at that time, when that exit will come, O Ma, we beg of you, may we never suffer because of sickness and otherwise. May our Atma merge in oneness with you, we beg of you. Listen to our prayer. Hardi charao Devi Maiya, me to hardi charao Durga Maiya.
हल्दी चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो हल्दी चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
हरदी चराओ देवी मैया, मैं तो हरदी चराओ देवी मैया।
हल्दी चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो हल्दी चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
सिंदूर चराओ देवी मैया, मैं तो सिंदूर चराओ दुर्गा मैया।
सिंदूर चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो सिंदूर चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया, देवी मैया, मैं तो सिंदूर चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
We offer two grass. May you root away all our troubles, all our problems, all distresses in our pathway. We offer Belva leaves. Through these leaves, we offer our lives at your lotus-like feet. We offer neem leaves. Through these leaves, we offer our sickness, all distresses unto you, O Ma. Who else can we turn to? With conviction from our hearts, we pray to you. Listen to our prayer. Listen to our prayer. दुर्बम चराओ देवी मैया, मैं तो दुर्बम चराओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्बम चढ़ाओ देवी मैया,
पत चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो बेल पत चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
बेल पत चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो बेल पत चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो बेल पत चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
We hold these neem leaves close to our heart, and so as we prepare to offer these neem leaves to the Mother Goddess, we pray, O Ma Durga, we offer pratna, and so through these leaves we offer all our sickness, all distresses unto you. O Ma, who else can we turn to? With conviction from our hearts, we bow to you. Listen to our prayer. Listen to our prayer, O Devi. Pray to her in your own way. For those of you who are at home listening to us, take your hands and place them on your chest. And from your heart, say a prayer to the Divine Goddess. She is listening to you tonight. Pray to her. Take away our troubles. Take away our problems. Take away our sickness. Take away whatever issues there may be. We beg of you, O Ma, bring a resolve to every problem and every situation. O Devi Durga, listen to our prayer. We beg of you. प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
प्रार्थना means to pray, not to offer. प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो प्रार्थना चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
नीम पत चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो नीम पत चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
नीम पत चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो नीम पत चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
नीम पत चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो नीम पत चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
नीम पत चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो नीम पत चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
माला चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो माला चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
माला चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो माला चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो माला चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो आरती चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी,
we prepare to offer Persad, or Naivedyam, or food to the Mother Goddess, O Devi of the entire creation, may you be pleased with us. Adorations unto thee again and again. Accept our oblations of love, O Ma Durga, be pleased with us. Om Dum Durga Namah, 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 Om Dum Durga Namah. Namo Namo Durge Sukha Karani, Namo Namo Vanme Dukha Harani. निरंकार है ज्योति तुम्हारी, तिहु लोक पैनी उजियारी। शशिल लाटे मुख महाविशाला, नेत लाले भ्रिकुटी निकलाला। रूप माटी को अटिक सुतावे, दर्श करन जन अति सुख पावे। तुम संसारी शक्ति लय कीन्हा, पाल नहीं तु अन्नदन दीना। अन्नपूर्ण होई जगपाला, तुम आदि हो सुंदरी बाला। प्रणय काले सब नाशनहारी, तुम गौरी शिव शंकर प्यारी। शिव योगी तुम्हारे गुण गावे, ब्रह्मा विष्णु तुम्हें नित्य जावे। रूप सरस्वती का तुम डारा, देश भूत ऋषि मुनि ओभारा। तरो रूप नरसिंह को अम्बा, प्रगट भई पर कीन विकम्बा। रक्षा करे प्रहलाद बचायो, हिरण्याक्ष को स्वर पचेतायो। लक्ष्मी रूप डरो जग माही, श्री नारायण अंग समाणी। मातंगी भूमावती माता, भुवनेश्वरी भगला सुखदाता। श्री भैरव तारा जगतारिणी, चिन्ह भवे वर दुखनी। के हरिवाहन सोहि भवानी, क्षीर सिंधु में करत विलासा। दया सिंधु दीजे मन आसा। हिंगलाज में तुम ही भवानी, महिमा अमित न जात बकानी। के हरिवाहन सोहि भवानी, लंगुर वीर चलत अभिमानी। करमी का पर करत विलाजे, जाकुटेक का डर ही बाजे। सोमे अस्त्र ही त्रिशूला, जाते उतर शत्रु ही शूला। नागकोट में तुम ही विराजत, तिहु लोक में डंका बाजत। शुंभ निशुंभ दानी तुम मारे, रक्त बीज संतन संवारे। महिषासुर निरत अभिमानी, जंबार में है अनुकाली। रूप काली को कानी हो डारा, सेन सहित तुम ही संबारा। परिगर संतन पर जब जब, मैं शक्ति माँ तुम हो तब तब। अन्नपूर्ण और बसहु लोका, तब महिमा सब रही अशोका। बाल में है ज्योति तुम्हारी, तुम में सदन पूजन नर नारी। प्रेम भक्ति से जो नर गावे, दुख दरिद्र निकट नहीं आवे। दानव तुम जो नर मन लाए, जन्म मरण तो की चुति जाए। जोगी सुर मुनि कहत पुकारा, जोग न भोग बिन शक्ति तुम्हारा। शंकर आचारा तप कीन्हो, काम क्रोध जीते सब लीनो। निस दिन ध्यान धरो शंकर को, कहु काल नहीं सुमिरो तुमको। शक्ति रूप को मरण न पाया, शक्ति गई तब मन पछताया। शरणागत हुए कीर की बकानी, जय 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 जगदम्ब भवानी। भय प्रसन्न आरी जगदम्बा, दय शक्ति नहीं कीन विकम्बा। वो को मातु कष्ट तिगेरो, तुम बिन कौन हरे दुख मेरो। आशा तृष्णा निपट सतावे, रिपु मूरख मुहि अति डर पावे। शत्रुनाश की जय महारानी, सुमिरो एक चित तुम ही भवानी। करहु कृपा हे मातु दयाला, रिद्धि सिद्धि रे करहु निराला। जब लग जियो दया पल पाओ, तुम बिनयाश में सदन सुनाओ। देवी चालीसा जो कोई गावे, सब सुख भोग परम पर पावे। मोको शरण शरण नित जाई, करहु कृपा जगदम्ब भवानी। करहु कृपा जगदम्ब भवानी, करहु कृपा जगदम्ब भवानी। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया। नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो नैवेद्य चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
तांबूल चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो तांबूल चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
तांबूल चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो तांबूल चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
तांबूल चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो तांबूल चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
तांबूल चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो तांबूल चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
आचमन चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो आचमन चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
आचमन चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो आचमन चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दक्षिणा चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो दक्षिणा चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दक्षिणा चढ़ाओ देवी मैया, मैं तो दक्षिणा चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया। मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
पुष्पम चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो पुष्पम चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
पुष्पम चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, मैं तो पुष्प
पुष्पं चरावो दुर्गा मैया, मीठो पुष्पं चरावो दुर्गा मैया।
पुष्पं चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया, एक पुष्पं चढ़ाओ दुर्गा मैया।
दुर्गा मैया देवी मैया, मैं तो पुष्प चढ़ावो दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी देवी मैया।
मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी, मैं तो पूजा करूंगी दुर्गा मैया।
Jagadamba Durga Devi Mata Ki Jai. Dan Paul is going to sing for us this beautiful bhajan, eulogizing the divine goddess as we pray Taha in the form of Mata Saraswati. Om Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmai Paramahamsaya Dhimai Tanno Hamsa Prachodhyat. Om Aim Saraswati Namaha. Saraswati Mata Ki Jai.
जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ। गौरवशाली वैभवशाली तुझको करो प्रणाम, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ। मुझे बचाते पीराओं से भरते हंस जो तेरे, तेरे मंदिर आते जाते पाँव तके ना मेरे। जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ। मुझे बचाते पीराओं से भरते हंस जो तेरे, तेरे मंदिर आते जाते पाँव तके ना मेरे। तूने माता सदा बनाए मेरे बिगड़े काम, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे। गौरवशाली वैभवशाली तुझको करो प्रणाम, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे। क्या गाऊं सारी दुनिया जाने, उसको विपदा कभी न देखे जो कोई तुमको मारे। जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ। तेरी महिमा मैं क्या गाऊं सारी दुनिया जाने, उसको विपदा कभी न देखे जो कोई तुमको मारे। तेरे दो चरणों में देखे मैंने चारों धाम, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे। गौरवशाली वैभवशाली तुझको करो प्रणाम, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे। माता तेरे सुमिरन मैंने कैसा अमृत पाया, मोह जगत से दूर हुई कोई न मन में आया। जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ। माता तेरे सुमिरन मैंने कैसा अमृत पाया, मोह जगत से दूर हुई कोई न मन में आया। ध्याओ माता सुबह शाम। जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे गौरवशाली वैभवशाली तुझको करो प्रणाम। जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ जय जगदम्बे माँ जय जगदम्बे माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
दुर्गे 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 जय जय 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 माँ।
दुर्गे 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 अम्बे माँ।
दुर्गे 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 अम्बे माँ।
दुर्गे 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 अम्बे माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
शंकर शिवा शंकर शिवा शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवा।
शंकर शिवा शंकर शिवा शंभो महादेव शंकर शिवा।
शंकर शिवा शंकर शिवा शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवा।
शंकर शिवा शंकर शिवा शंभो महादेव शंकर शिवा।
शंभु महादेव शंकर शिवा।
शंभो महादेव शंकर शिवा।
ओ शंभु महादेव शंकर Shiva.
Shambhu Mahadev Shankar Shiva.
Tonight, the Katha continues from where we stopped last night. And so the Mother Goddess, she has destroyed this evil crooked demon. But there is a problem. She has made her way back now to Mount Kailash. But this is the place that she had manifested. This is the place that she calls her Dham. Dham means what? Dham means home. Her Dham. Trinidad, we call it Dham, a place where you collect water. The home of water, a mass of water. Dham. And so, going back to Mount Kailash, this created problems. This created issues. And who had issues? All of the Devatas. All of the Devatas, they now had queries and concerns. When the time comes to work, you can't find anybody. When your time of trouble comes, you can't find anybody. When your time needing support comes, you can't find anybody. But when your time of victory comes, what will happen? When your time of celebration comes, what happens? You mightn't find me in the party when you invite me. But if there is a crisis, I'm the first one in front of the line. And if you know me, you know that about me. There was great chaos in the heavens. Have you ever experienced chaos before? The wife, the mother of the home, says the house is in chaos. You know why? I'm cleaning. I'm cleaning, and so it is in chaos. Have you ever described your cleaning chaotic? And so the heavens is now in chaos. Great problems. And what will happen? Listen, the Katha begins to tell us very beautifully. What will happen? Something happens. Hara Hara Jai Shankar Om Hara Hara. Hara Hara Jai Shankar Om Hara Hara.
Hara Hara Jai Shankar Om Hara Hara.
Swarga bahut achat tha, chalta devi unka rekha. बाहे केवल शंकर जियो, कहो होत चलती का भेजो. Everybody, हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर. With all your love tonight, sing with me. हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर हर. All Devatas gathered there, witnessing the destruction of the demon, seeing the Devi now making her way back to Mount Kailash. They have a query and they look at Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, how is it possible that the Devi will live here only on Mount Kailash when the Devi is supposed to belong to all of us? Who does the Devi Durga belong to? Who does she love more? Who does she love the most? Mama, she loves you the most? More than me? Cindy, she loves you the most? More than Paki? Huh? She loves you the most? Because you're next to her? She loves you the most? How you know? You might be able to charm the heart of the young girl, but not the divine goddess. They now queried and they now had this great concern. She is the goddess of the entire creation. And so, Lord Shiva, you cannot keep her for yourself. She does not belong to you. She belongs to us all. And so, uttering these words, what will happen? Shankar Uvacha, Lord Shiva speaks. What will he say? Shankar Dekar Devardani पूर्वक सृष्टि ने सब ज्ञानी. भगवंत ब्रह्मा कष्ट उन्हो अभी भी मुझे का नहीं भेजो। Together. हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर हर, हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर हर. Lord Shiva then spoke and he says, well then, if you do not want her to live with me alone on Mount Kailash, then let us create a separate place where she will live. And we will call this the Dham of the Devi. And so she will live in this particular place that would have been designed for her. Now who is telling the Katha? Remember, Lord Brahma is telling the Katha to Narad Muni. And Lord Brahma says, Narad, then I thought I am the God of creation. I knew that they will call me. I knew that they will invite me. And so I sat with pride, waiting for the call to come. And so sitting there waiting for the call to come, they never called me. Instead they summoned someone else. Who will they call? Lord Shiva is telling, he's calling. Who is he calling? Who is he summoning? Listen. Dekar Vishwa Karma Hare Ki Devi Jagarat Bhatar Dehi Har Har Jai Shankar Om Har Har
Har Har Jai Shankar Om Har Har
Har Har Jai Shankar Om Har Har
Har Har Jai Shankar Om Har Har.
They did not summon Brahma, the creator, but instead they summoned Vishwakarma. Who is Vishwakarma? The architect of the entire creation. Oh Vishwakarma, your expertise is needed, and so we need you to create a place where the Devi will dwell. And so Vishwakarma sat and he gave thought. And what kind of thinking will go through the mind of the architect? What will he think about? What will he give consideration to? When you are creating a home for yourself, you give consideration to many things, isn't it? You think about where you'll want the kitchen. You think about where you'll want the sink, close the window, isn't it? Isn't it? You know why? So that when you're washing the wares, you're able to entertain yourself. That's why you put the sink next to the window, so that you can peep out. And so when you're looking out and your attention is the job, the task at hand becomes very easy. You perform the duty without any hesitation. But if the sink is against a wall, washing wares becomes very boring, tedious, tiresome. Your back hurt, your foot hurt, all sorts of things happen. Because you know why? There is nothing to catch your attention. Think about it for yourself. In this home, all of these sinks are against walls. I never wash anything here. I'm not entertained. That's my excuse. Vishwakarma, he now gave careful consideration. And Vishwakarma thinking, what will he decide to do? Listen, it tells us. उसके निसे चल देखी आए देही प्रगट भगवती पाए ऊपर देही पर्वत स्थाना सर्वहलूक भगवती धाना. Together, हर हर Jai Shankar Om Har Har. Sing with me, everybody. Har Har Jai Shankar Om Har Har. Vishwakarma now gave careful thought and he says, let us put a Devi on a tall mountain. For she is the mount of the entire creation. And so from up there, she'll be able to see everybody. She'll be able to see the movement and the happening and everything around. And so she'll be able to protect us once she has a gaze on us. But not only that, if she is higher than us, then it is not only easy for her to see us, but it will be easier for us to see her. Listen to how intelligent. It will be easier for us to see her, not only her, to see us. How will we know that the Devi is looking at us? How do you know? Somebody said to me last night, I went to the Devi to make the offering, and then as I made the offering, the Devi stared me straight in my eye, and I got frightened. I bowed quick and I moved. Somebody said that to me. Vishwakarma gave careful consideration. Sometimes when you give careful consideration, you're taken advantage of. True or not? Sometimes when you try to be too considerate, people take you for granted. True or not? Consideration. Why should you have consideration for people who have no consideration for you? Mama, why? Because you don't want to be like them. Huh? You want to be different. But Mama, different isn't always good, you know. Sometimes you can't think about what the opinion of others will be. You have to do what is right for you. And so Vishwakarma, he created this beautiful Parvat. Parvat means a mountain. And he placed the Devi up on a mountain top. And all Devatas started to eulogize the Devi. They started to sing to her. What are they singing to her? Very familiar. Suno mere Devi Parvat Vasini Tera Paran Paya Tera Paran Paya Bolo. Now encountered a problem. The Devi now has a place to dwell, but she's encountering a problem. You and I, who have a place to dwell, we are now faced with a problem. You know what's our problem? We'll have to resort to lighting candles and pichoy lamp, because utility bills have gone up by how much? By how much? I could hardly afford gas. Now I could hardly afford electricity. But don't worry, it's only I am affected by that. Nobody else in Trinidad and Tobago is affected by that. Only Pundit Sunil is affected by that. Did I just say that? I was conscious when I said that. The Devi encountered a problem. You know what problem she encountered? The Devata stood there at the Dwar. Dwar means the door, the gate, and they wouldn't go. They wouldn't leave. And so she has no time for herself. She is now under constant supervision. If you're constantly being supervised, how do you feel? How do you feel? Imagine you're going to the washroom and somebody is right behind you. How do you feel? Imagine you're eating and they're watching you straight inside of your mouth. In Trinidad, we say they watch me inside my mouth. Huh? How do you feel? How do you feel? The human instinct is designed in such a way that if somebody stares at you for too long, you pick up that vibe, isn't it? And you turn and you catch that person staring at you. True or not? And so, the Devi encountered a problem. And so they will not leave. And so the Devi, she decided to do something. She will do something. In the Ganesh Utsav Foundation, when the night time comes and the group is hesitant to leave, to go home, there is something that a Pundit does. Huh? What do I do? I'm not going to tell everybody, because you know why? Others will start doing it. Because you see what great minds do, other great minds follow. Huh? So we're not going to teach them that secret. But there is something I do, and instantly once I do it, everybody take up their kaki and their purse and they begin to march. It says, the Devi decided to do something. How will she do? Listen, it tells us. Jai Navratri, Jai Jai Durge, Jai Jai Ambe, Namo Namah. Clap your hands with me. Jai Narayani, Jai Jai Durge, Jai Jai Ambe, Namo Namah. Jai Narayani, Jai Jai Durge, Jai Jai Ambe, Namo Namah. Us उसनि समान सोच हरे की भगवती प्रगट रेखा पर्वत वासिनी देकर आसिनी देकर देही शक्ति माँ गणपति अपने प्रार्थना देखी रिद्धि सिद्धि चमकर माँ जय कल्याणी जय जय दुर्गे जय जय अम्बे Sing with me everybody जय नारायणी जय जय दुर्गे जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः जय नारायणी जय जय दुर्गे जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः Just then, out of nowhere, Lord Ganesh appeared. And he's walking, and when he's walking, he's eating his laddu. When he's walking, he's eating. The old people have taught us that you should not stand up and eat. They have taught us that you should not walk and eat. Have you ever heard that before? Have you ever heard that before? But Ganesha is eating, and you know why he's eating? He's eating with the effort of creating some kind of impression. And you know what impression? They were all standing there for a prolonged period of time, gazing at the Devi. And surely when they see food, food will come to mind, and they will automatically become. Ever see somebody eating something and you say, I feel I could eat one of that. I feel I could drink some of that. Huh? I feel Jagannath, that's no good looking good boy. Where you get it? I want one. Huh? Because you see it and it creates a. The mind didn't think it quick enough. The stomach started to go, grr. Huh? You want it quick. And so eating of the laddu, he's trying to create this thought of food. But they pay no heed to him eating the laddu. But accompanying him, walking behind him is Riddhi and Siddhi, his two consorts. And so as Riddhi and Siddhi, they accompanied him. There were two other beings walking behind. Who are they? The Devi has now created an illusion. What is an illusion? What is an illusion? She has created an illusion. What is an illusion? An illusion is we went to sleep last night hoping that when we got up this morning, we didn't hear what we heard yesterday in the budget. But then when we woke up, we realized it wasn't an illusion. It was a reality. It was real. It was for real. We weren't hallucinating or under anesthetic and drowsy. We got tap up and we didn't even know we got tap up. Huh? It says, creating this illusion. What will happen? Something happens. दो कह पत्नी सात हरे की दो कह पुत्र रे का रूप हरे की भगवती देही देकर दुर्गा अपने मां जय कल्याणी जय जय दुर्गे जय जय अम्बे everybody together जय नारायणी जय जय दुर्गे जय अम्बे नमो with all your love जय नारायणी जय जय दुर्गे जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः Ganesha accompanied by Riddhi and Siddhi holding on to the sari of Riddhi and Siddhi do putra means two, putra means sons. Two sons were holding on to their sari and walking with them. You remember when the children will hold on to you for comfort? You remember when the children will have to hold on to your sleeve of your jersey to suck the finger and sleep? Huh? You remember when the children have to hold on to your ears? Huh? Now they hold you by your neck. Huh? Anytime you can't provide for them what they want, they hold you by your neck and they begin to squeeze you. And that child that was so filled with love and so filled with adoration to you, now is filled with so much of anger and you have no clue why. Because you know why? You know why? Children are not taught how to acquire on their own. They were spoon-fed everything. And because they were spoon-fed everything, they think that their parents owe them everything. They have never learned how to work and to acquire on their own. Because every time they cry, the solution is right there. Parents never give their children the opportunity to acquire on their own. If you have to acquire on your own and work for your own money, you value every cent in it. Do you know? But the minute you didn't work for it, there is no value. You just spend and spend and spend with no appreciation. And so, holding on to the sari, the two boys, and all of them seeing this, they inquired, who are they? And Lord Ganesh replies, "Me putras." They're my sons. Lord Ganesh is introducing, and they begin to become confused. Where did these children appear from? Ever saw the little child after 20 years and you think that you're still going to see a little child in a pampers? And you see somebody in a jacket and tie in front of you? And you say, that's the same little child? You're confused. Have you ever experienced that? After years pass and they introduce you to the same children, you're confused. And so they become very confused. Where did these children come from? But that confusion in their mind, something else was about to happen to confuse them even a little more. And what happens? Appearing out of nowhere, somebody else appeared. Who will appear? Listen. She appears coming down from the Parvat, the mountain. Who is this? Listen, it tells us. लेकिन तभी कह रास्ता देखी सुंदर नल की ज्योति नाम देही ते कर भगवत गणेशा देही 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 प्रणाम उन्हो देकर रूप सबोतर देही देही भक्ति विधर जय रुद्राणी जय जय दुर्गे जय अम्बे नमः नमः together जय नारायणी जय जय दुर्गे जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः जय नारायणी
जय जय दुर्गे जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः.
Out of nowhere, a beautiful girl appeared, and she appeared coming down the hill, coming down the Parvat. In their mind, they had formulated that this was the Devi. But then when they look up on the Parvat, they see the Devi sitting there. And they wonder what kind of jadoo is this? Because this girl has appeared out of nowhere. She has appeared out of nowhere. Mama, have you ever seen a shadow out of nowhere? And then you realize it's your own shadow. After you have to put your heart tablet under your tongue, you realize it's your own shadow that frightened you. In our home a few years ago, Auntie Shanti is in the bathroom, cleaning the bathroom. And nobody's at home. And Auntie Shanti takes up the phone and she calls frantic, "Where are you?" And I said, "Well, I'm on my way home. Come quick. You'd have somebody in the house." I rush home because I'm thinking she's there alone and somebody's in the house. And when I go, she said, "I'm washing and I'm scrubbing." And when I look, I see the foot behind me. And when I turn around, I don't see anybody. I said, "Whose foot you saw?" She said, "The foot of Lord Hanuman." Just like the Murti. The Murti walking through the house. I looked at her, I said, "Auntie Shant, you take your medication today?" She said, "Yes, but I could swear that I saw Lord Hanuman's foot behind me." And I said, "You sure you saw that?" And then I did not believe her. But then across the road, there was a Baptist lady living. And we had recently moved there. And the lady came across and she says, "Pundit, I need to talk to you. You need to open that door. There is a man jumping and running inside of there with a tail, holding a thing on his shoulder. He's running through the whole house. I'm seeing him from home." And in my mind I say, "Narayan, Narayan, Jai Hanuman Jnana Guna Sagar." He is real. He is real. And if I had a doubt, then my doubt has been brought to. Now I'm convinced that he is real. That Murti is here with us, standing right here. That Murti holds a very special place in my heart. And if I'm convinced that any Murti has life and real, Malu is sitting by. It says, she walked down the hill. And walking down the hill, immediately she approached Lord Ganesh with prem. What is prem? Prem. We hear about prem? In Trinidad, we hear about prem. You know what we hear about prem? Everywhere, funeral, wedding, party, everybody playing. You know what they're playing? Prem kahani mein ek ladka hote hain, ek ladki hoti hain, kabhi dono haste hain, kabhi dono rote. But nobody know what I mean, you know. Kahani means what? Prem kahani. What kind of kahani is that? Prem kahani. Huh? Prem kahani mein there is a love story about ek lalka or ek lalki. Lalka means and lalki means you all well know, boy. Extra Persad for you tonight. It says she approached Lord Ganesh with love in her hand, and with love from her heart she wraps the raksha, the rakhi, on the hand of Lord Ganesh. And while wrapping the rakhi, Lord Ganesh is chanting the mantras. And so wrapping this cord around the hand of Lord Ganesh, the two children become very inquisitive. They have now seen something they have never seen before. And they want to know. They want to know why. The little child will ask the mother and father a million times. Why? 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 Mother? When they're small, they ask you that a million times. When they get big, you ask them that one time. And what the reply will be? What the reply will be? As a child, you will answer that child every time the child asks. True or not? But then when they become adults and you ask them one question, they say you're asking the same thing over and over and over and over. And you only ask one time, you know. And they make you feel as though you need to go word one. It says, she wrapped the cord around the hand of Lord Ganesh. And who is she? What is her name? Lord Ganesh addresses her as Jyoti Didi. Didi means what? Jyoti is her name. Jyoti. Long ago we addressed people as Didi and Bhaiya and Chacha and Chachi. You know who is your Chachi? You know who is your Chacha? Mama? Mama, let me ask you an easier question. You know who is your Baba? Who? Oh, I thought you would know that one. He addressed her as Didi. Didi means sister. And everybody around was confused. Sister now. Sons, sister, confused. Confusion is happening. And so becoming very confused, what will happen? Listen, the Katha continues to tell us. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai.
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai.
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai.
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai.
Om Him Krim Chamundaye Viche Namah. गणपति का अपने का प्रार्थना प्रेम की भाव करने वाले, देखो और प्रतीक्षा करने वाले उन्हों का रक्षा रे। देखो और लड्डू का इच्छा का करने वाले, देखो और बना चलते जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय।
जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय।
जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय।
जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय।
The boys immediately inquired, and so tell us, O Pita, why did she tie this cord on your wrist? Why did she tie this? When the Baba ties the rakhi or the raksha on your hand, what is it symbolic of? What is it symbolic of? we did not get the memo. We don't have the understanding as to what the raksha symbolizes. Because then, we will not be wearing it the way we wear it. Because we don't wear one raksha, you know. We think that if you wear the raksha from the wrist to the elbow, you're holy. And everybody sees that, they will become impressed. So I have to have plenty raksha. See how much I have? How much I have? Because that doesn't make me a Hindu. That does not make me a Hindu. The ordinary mind thinks that this is to prove that I'm a Hindu, to show that I'm a Hindu. Raksha is the cord of protection. Not competition, protection. It is the cord of protection. It is a cord for protection. When the Baba ties the raksha on your hand, the Baba chants mantras, protective mantras. Mantras of protection. But as the puja done, you go and take it out. And you tie it on the jhandi. Because you know why? You see 4 foot passing. You see a thing with 2 wings flying. And the mouth begins to dribble, and you can't contain yourself. But you think that if you take off the raksha, you're permitted to do anything you want, and there'll be no repercussions. There'll be no. Is that good thinking? Is that logical thinking? When the Baba ties the raksha for you, you're supposed to allow the raksha to fall out in its own time. But when you have raksha from your wrist to your elbow, you only see arthritis. In that, all kind of fungus and mold and all kind of thing will grow. You'll get tetanus from the raksha. You have to be intelligent, very intelligent. In the Ganesh Utsav Foundation, the ladies take their time and plait the raksha in a very tight way, so that when they wear the raksha and they bathe or whatever, it doesn't absorb water. And so the water is not absorbed, so that it dries off very easily. And they wear the raksha with pride. But if you look at their hands, you wouldn't see raksha from here to here. And anytime I see that, and I know that I didn't tie it, I cut it off. I cut it off. The raksha is a sacred thread, a thread of protection. When you wear it, you're supposed to wear it with pride. If it was supposed to be tied on the jhandi, Dave, the Baba will have tied it on the jhandi. But they tie it on your hand. You know why? Because it is to protect you. If it was to be tied on a tree by the jhandi, the Baba would have tied there. But he tied it on your, because it is to protect. You must know the mantra to take it off, because the Baba know the mantra to put it on. And anytime you don't know the mantra, Mama, don't think for 1 minute that without the raksha, you're permitted to do the wrong things. Anything you could do without the raksha, you could do with the raksha. And I'm not giving you permission, but I'm saying to you, you have to be logical. Because there isn't a time when God is not seeing raksha or no raksha. When God is not seeing you. And that's a fact, it is the truth. Lord Ganesh says this cord is symbolic of her prem, her love for me. And so this symbolizes the bond that we share. The bond that we share. What kind of bond do you share with your brothers and your sisters and your siblings? Really a bond, a jail bond. A deed and land bond. Really a bond. Because you don't like each other for things of the world. Anytime you're an enemy with a person because of something material, then you're a foolish person. Because you never class your relationship on something that is material. A relationship is not supposed to be materialistic. It is supposed to be sentimental. There is a difference. Sentimental. And anything that is sentimental, you'll want to keep close to your heart and you'll have love for. Like the little child asking, why? That's precious. Though it is annoying, it's precious, Your brothers and sisters will annoy you, You know that? My brother looked at me before I came, and he said, "Why are you wearing that red thing?" And I said, "Well, the color today is red." He said, "Yeah, you looking red and ready." I said, "No, I'm not red and ready. I'm against red and ready." I say, "But I'm wearing the color of the Devi, the goddess." And so it has nothing to do, not everything has to deal with something political. It has to do with something that is called ethics, ethical. It says, Ganesha uttering these words, the boys immediately jump up. And now they have a request. What is their request? They now look at their mother and father. And they put their hands together and they're making a request. What do you think they'll ask for? Listen to what they will ask for. It tells us. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai.
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai.
Moria re, Bappa Moria re.
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 Oh, Moria re, Bappa Moria re.
Moria re, Bappa Moria re.
The boys now petitioned, and so they are asking, we want a raksha too. But in order to get a raksha, we have to get it from a sister. So we want a sister. Can you bless us with a sister? We're begging you. Bless us with a sister. Can you remember the joy when the babies were being born? Can you remember? Your siblings. The elders became mother and father. Huh? The elders filled the void. They became the babysitters. Some of the elders had to stay home from school to look after the younger ones. And then you know what happened? The younger ones were privileged to go to school. And then when they become successful, you know what they do? They treat the elders with scorn because they think that they are above them because they're educated. But they didn't know the sacrifice that the elders made so that they will be educated. See? And whether if they went to school or they didn't go to school, you know something amazing? They could check money real good. You can't tie them up with money at all. Sure not. They could check that really good. Huh? They now petitioned. We want a sister because we want a Rakhi too. And so Lord Ganesh smiled. And Lord Ganesh smiling. What will happen? Something happens. What do you think will happen? The Devi starts making her way down the mountain top. But as she's coming down, every footstep she makes, her appearance is changing. Ever saw something from afar? And when you look at it close, compared to afar, the appearance is different. And that could be in twofold. It could be either nicer or what? Not so nice. Mama, am I nice up close or from far? Mama, that's not a trick question. That's a real question. Am I nice from close or far? You better be careful, you're very close to me. Every footstep she makes coming down the hill, her appearance changes. Her size changes. And so she's coming down the hill elegantly. Elegantly means gracefully. With grace she's coming. When the wives wear the sari and they put on their lipstick and their powder and their urni, and you look at them, you see the Devi in them. Huh? And see? Shake your head up and down. See the Devi. See Sasi wearing a urni? The Devi. And so, as she makes her way down, all of the devatas begin to observe and looking. What will happen? Something is about to happen. माँ तेरे ममता कितनी प्यारी कितना प्यारी जगाती है कितना प्यारी जगाती है Sing with me. माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी कितना प्यारी जगाती श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती श्वास श्वास की रक्षा करती हो पग पग प्राण बजाती है एवरीबॉडी कितना प्यार जगाती है माँ तेरे ममता कितनी प्यारी कितना प्यार जगाती है कितना प्यार जगाती है Gracefully she comes and walking down, her weapons disappear. She's only holding the trishul in her hand. All the other weapons, they've disappeared from in her clutches. And so as she makes her way down, she comes and she stands in that place where these two little boys are. And she takes her seat. And so she is sitting in a lotus flower, holding the trishul in her hand. What she does? She wraps the cord on the hand of the two little boys. And she appears to be youth-like, like a little girl, young. When the wife straightens the hair, Dave, and put on the extension to the eyelashes, and the extension to the fingernails, and she does the facial and extracts the... How does she look? The husband have to watch her 2 times to make sure it's the right lady, you know. Huh? On the day of the wedding, the groom has to look at the bride to make sure it's the right bride, you know. I'm not doing the wedding until you show that it's the right bride. But the poor groom have to be confused, you know why? He has never seen her look so beautiful in his whole life. Remember that? The bride looks most beautiful on the day of the wedding, you know why? She's not the bride, you know. She's no longer Cindy, you know. She's now Mata Lakshmi. She's now the goddess. The beauty of the goddess permeates through her, through the mantras and the invocation and all of the rituals that are being performed. And that's why on the wedding day she looks totally different. Her aura is totally different. And so she appears to be youth-like and beautiful and brilliant and radiant. Those are the words used to describe her. The devatas are confused. Kaun ho tum? Hua? Kaun ho tum? Hua? Who are you? She smiles. She says, I am Santoshi. Santoshi means what? Santoshi means she's the goddess of Santoshi. She's the goddess of. Ever saw what Santoshi Devi looks like? Santoshi Devi sits on a lotus flower. She has the trishul in her hand, and her hand showering her ashirwad. Who is she? We're about to be introduced to this goddess, because she's a goddess that we need in our lives at this time. Santoshi is her name. Then what are you responsible for, O Devi? Call me the goddess of contentment. I am the goddess of contentment. Why don't you go back to your realms, to your homes, contented, knowing that I will protect you from this mountain top? Everybody bows to the feet of Santoshi. And bowing to the feet of Mata Santoshi, they go back to their realm. But in their mind, they have formulated now that Santoshi is the daughter of Lord Ganesh. Because his sons had prayed, we want to have a. And now the mother has taken a manifestation as Santoshi. In scripture, she is known to be the daughter of Lord Ganesha, the remover of all obstacles. And this is how. उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, अयोध्या राम लला की जय, वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, पुरे सा जगन्नाथ की जय, बोलो बे सब संतने की जय, सियापति रामचंद्र की जय, शरणम जगदम्बा देवी माता की जय. The Devi has taken a manifestation as Santoshi. She wears a red sari. And so bedecked in this red sari, though she appears to be calm and subtle, she is a fierce form of the Mother Goddess. A fierce form. And so, one of the keys to living a happy, enjoyable, pleasurable, luxurious life is learning to practice the forwards of Mata Santoshi. What are the forwards of Mata Santoshi? As written in the Devi Bhagavad. Something I have chanted and said to you over and over. The key to living a happy life is learning Santosham Paramam Sukham. The doorway to happiness is learning to be contented. Santosham Paramam Sukham. Jagadamba Mata ki jai. Sing with me this evening as we eulogize the Devi. Swasi swasi ki raksha kareti, swasi swasi ki raksha kareti, pag pag pran bajati hai. Everybody, इतना प्यार जगाती है. Sing with me. माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है. ऋषियों की रिद्धि सिद्धि, तू ब्रह्मा की भक्ति माँ, तू विष्णु की माया देवी, तू शंकर की शक्ति माँ, तू मातों से भाग्य जगाती, बागी बागी आती है. Everybody, इतना प्यार जगाती है. माँ तेरी ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है. तू काली महाकाली दुर्गा, तू ही बाल भवानी माँ, तू पुरानी का तारी शारदा तू वेदों की बानी माँ, तू बालक को गोद मिले कर जीवन गीत सुनाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। माँ तेरे ममता कितनी प्यारी, कितना प्यार जगाती है, कितना प्यार जगाती है। We ignite the flames in our diyas, in our Havan Kund, as we propitiate worship the Agni Devata. Om Bhurva Swadhyani Shwadhonagnyavahyami Stapyami Pujayamscha. We sprinkle water around the fire 3 times. Om Papuham Pap Karmam Papatmam Pundari Kaksha Trahimam Pundari Kaksha Sarva Papa Haro Hari Punatu Punatu. We offer oblations into the sacred fire. Om Bhurva Swatatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhyo Yona Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gatre Idam Namama. Om Bhurva Swatatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhyo Yona Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gatre Idam Namama. Om Bhurva Swatatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhyo Yona Prachodayat Swaha Idam Gatre Idam Namama. We offer ghee into the fire. Om Prajapate Namah. Om Agani Namah. Om Gam Ganapate Namah. Om Namo Narayana Namah. Om Suryadi Nograyuta Namah. Om Namaschandika Namah. Om Lakshmi Ganapate 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 Namah. Om Katyayana Vidme Kanakumari Chadime Tanno Bhagavate Prachodayat. Katyana 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 Vidme Kanakumari Chadime Tanno Bhagavate Prachodayat. Om Trayambakam Yajamai Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Bandhana Prityur Mokshamamritat. Trayambakam Yajamai Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Bandhana Prityur Mokshamamritat. Trayambakam Yajame 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 Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Bandhana Prityur Mokshamamritat. Sarve bhavantu sukhina sarve santu niramaya sarve bhadrani pashantu ma kashyatu kabarbhave swaha. Om sarvebhyo devebhyo brahmanebhyo namah swaha. Om hari markat markata namah swaha. Durga bhavani ma jai jai ambe भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ।
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ।
We offer water. Om Sarvatirita Samayuktam Sugandhim Nirmanam Janam Achmanamya Datta Grihana Parameshwara. We find the smoke in all directions. Om Vanaspatira Surabhuto Gandharyo Ganadutama Agre Sarvarivanam Bhupoyam Brati Kretam. We all bow to the fire. Om Manalanama. In your home, stretch your hands towards the fire. Om Manalanama, Om Manalanama, Om Manalanama. Durga Bhavani Ma, Jai Jai Ambe Ma.
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे माँ।
Tonight, if you know somebody who might be sick, or somebody who might be suffering, or somebody might be suffering from whatever it may be, let us pray to the Divine Goddess as we offer them in our prayer this evening. A member of our group, actually 2 members of our group, Diane, we pray for speedy recovery, and Swami, we are asking the Divine Goddess for her intervention. Let us pray to the Divine Goddess this evening. Jagadodarini Mata Durga, Jagadodarini Ma, Jagadodarini Mata Durga, Jagadodarini Ma. Jago jago ma, jago jago ma, jago jago ma janani. Jago jago ma, jago jago ma, jago jago ma janani. Jagadodarini Mata Durga, Jagadodarini Ma. सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरणे त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। जयंती काली मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा दात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते। ऐं ऐं ह्रीं चामुण्डाय ऋचे नमः। जगदोदारिणी माता दुर्गा, जगदोदारिणी मा। Sing with me, everybody. Jagadodarini Mata Durga. Listen to our prayer. Oh Devi, listen to our prayer. Jago jago ma, jago jago ma, jago jago ma janani. Jago jago ma, jago jago ma, jago jago ma janani. Sing with me. Jagadodarini Mata Durga, Jagadodarini Ma.
जगदोधारिणी माता दुर्गा, जगदोधारिणी माँ।
Jagadodarini Mata Durga, Jagadodarini Ma.
जगदोधारिणी माता दुर्गा, जगदोधारिणी माँ।
Jago jago ma, jago jago ma, jago jago ma janani. Jagadodarini Mata Durga, Jagadodarini Ma. Jagadodarini Mata Durga, Jagadodarini Ma. Jagadodarini Mata Durga, Jagadodarini. Jagadamba Devi Mata Ki Jai. This has brought us to the end of our devotions this evening. We want to remind you that you can join with us tomorrow evening again. And so for the rest of the evenings, as we eulogize, we glorify the Divine Goddess. Over the next evening, we will listen to some of the manifestations of the Devi, some of the unfamiliar manifestations of the Divine Goddess. And so we eulogize her in this time of the Navratri. To all kind and corporate sponsors that would have made our broadcast possible, we express sentiments of gratitude and expressions of thanks. And to all of you who would have allowed us into your homes, into your cars, into your places of work, wherever you are, locally, regionally, or even internationally, we say thank you for allowing us to keep your company, and we look forward to seeing you and joining with you tomorrow evening again as we sing the praises of the divine goddess Durga Devi. Let us all stand at this time as we join in the Aarti. Siddhi buddhi prade devi bhukte mukte pradayani mantra murte sada devi mahalakshmi namostute yani kani japapani jammantar kritani sta tani tani pradakshina prade prade reem vatuka patwarana kurkvatka om namah shivaya reem vatuka patwarana kurkvatka om namah shivaya reem vatuka patwarana kurkvatka om namah shivaya. Om Jai Lakshmi Mata Maya Jai Lakshmi Mata तुमको निस दिन सेवक मैया जी को निस दिन सेवक हर विष्णु दाता ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता ब्रह्माणी रुद्राणी कमला तुम ही जग माता सूर्य चंद्रमा जावत नारद ऋषि गाता दुर्गा रूप निरंजन सुख संपत्ति दाता मैया सुख संपत्ति दाता जो कोई तुमको ध्यावत नारद ऋषि गाता विनय ज्ञान होए वस्त्रन कोई पाता कान पान कावे भव सब तुमसे आता
ओम जय लक्ष्मी
शुभ गुण मंदिर सुंदर चीरों के जाता
मैया चीरों के जाता
रत्न चतुर्दश तुम बिन
रत्न चतुर्दश तुम बिन
कोई नहीं पाता।
ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता।
महालक्ष्मी जी की आरती जो कोई नर गाता
मैया जो कोई नर गाता
पूरे आनंद समाता
पूरे आनंद समाता
पाप उतर जाता।
ओम जय लक्ष्मी माता।
हे जगत जननी माँ जगदम्बे
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 असतो माँ सद्गमय तमसो माँ ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सुरेश्वरी यत्पूजितं मया देवी परिपूर्णं तरस्तमे। I bow to you, O Ma Durga, thinking of my mother, thinking of my father, thinking of my family, thinking of my friends, thinking of my food, remembering the plants and the animals, remembering the souls of my pitras. I bow to you, O Devi of omnipotence, omnipresence and omniscience. Hey Ma, may you shine through me to the world around me. May you be the provider where there is a void. And Ma, who else can I turn to? I bow to you with conviction from my heart. Listen to my prayer. Listen to my prayer. Bring a resolve to my every problem. O Devi, Tvameva Mata, Shapita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhu Shasika Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Pray to her. Stretch your hands out to her. Talk to her. She's listening to you. Tell her. एक बार क्षमा करो देवी मेरी माता श्री देवी माता।
एक बार क्षमा करो देवी मेरी माता श्री देवी माता।
एक बार क्षमा करो देवी मेरी माता श्री देवी माता।
एक बार क्षमा करो देवी मेरी माता श्री देवी माता।
क्षमा मूर्ति देवी माता माता, प्रेम मूर्ति दुर्गा माता. Shuddhismurti, listen to my friend. Shuddhismurti, forgive me, O Ma. Shuddhismurti, shine through me and around me, O Ma. Absorb my problems, absorb my sickness, absorb my distresses, O Ma Durga. I beg of you, listen to my prayer, listen to my prayer. एक बार क्षमा करो देवी, मेरी माता श्री देवी माता. Stretch the heart from your heart, open. Feel her blessings upon you. मेरी माता श्री देवी माता, मेरी माता श्री देवी माता. जगदम्बा देवी माता की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की. तंती चला. सीताराम 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 कहे, चाहे वीर के राम, चाहे वीर के राम, चाहे वीर हे. सीताराम 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 सीताराम. Jagadamba Devi Mata ki jai. As the Panchamrit, the Persad and the Arti is about to come, Naresh is going to sing for us his beautiful rendition to the divine goddess Shakti Devi. And so we pray, Ma, may you be pleased with us. We offer our supplications on today. Jagadamba Devi Mata ki jai. Until we meet tomorrow evening again. Jai Jai Seetahal. Devi Bhajan.
हरे माता मेरी एक तो, हरे शक्ति की आधार, हरे पाप नष्टि जगत की महादुर्गावतार. हरे जय अम्बे, जय जय अम्बे, ओ जय अम्बे दुर्गे जगदम्बे काली माँ. जय जय जगदम्बा तो शेरा वाली माँ. जय अम्बे दुर्गे जगदम्बे काली माँ. जय जय जगदम्बा तो शेरा वाली माँ. माँ मेरी माँ, माँ मेरी माँ, माँ मेरी माँ, माँ मेरी माँ. जय 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 सरस्वती माता, जय 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 जगदम्बे माता. जय 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 सरस्वती माता, जय 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 जगदम्बे माता. जय जय अम्बे, जय जय अम्बे, जय अम्बे दुर्गे जगदम्बे काली माँ. जय जय जगदम्बा तो शेरा वाली माँ. जय अम्बे दुर्गे जगदम्बे काली माँ. ओ जय जगदम्बा तो शेरा वाली माँ. जय 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 जयगनी माता, जय 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 कतेरी माता. जय 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 जयगनी माता, जय 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 कतेरी माता. जय जय अम्बे, जय जय अम्बे, जय अम्बे दुर्गे जगदम्बे काली माँ. जय जय जगदम्बा तो शेरा वाली माँ. जय 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 संतोषी माता, जय 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 दुर्गी माता। जय 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 संतोषी माता, जय 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 दुर्गी माता। जय जय अम्बे, जय जय अम्बे, जय अम्बे दुर्गे जगदम्बे काली माँ। जय जय जगदम्बा तो शेरा वाली माँ। जय अम्बे दुर्गे जगदम्बे काली माँ। जय जय जगदम्बा तो शेरा वाली माँ। माँ मेरी माँ, माँ मेरी माँ, माँ मेरी माँ, माँ मेरी माँ। ओ जय अम्बे दुर्गे जगदम्बे काली माँ। जय जय जगदम्बा तो शेरा वाली माँ। जय अम्बे दुर्गे जगदम्बे काली माँ। जय जय जगदम्बा तो शेरा वाली माँ। जय जगदम्बा तो शेरा वाली माँ। ओ जय जगदम्बा तो शेरा वाली माँ। ओम सदा भवानी दायिनी, देखो सन्मुख गौरी गणी। पांच देव मिले रक्षा करो, अरे ब्रह्मा विष्णु चरी। अरे मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया, मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया, मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया। हे दुर्गा मैया, हे दुर्गा मैया, हे दुर्गा मैया, हे दुर्गा मैया, मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया, मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया। अरे पान चढ़ावे मैया फूल चढ़ावे, अरे पान चढ़ावे मैया फूल चढ़ावे। मैं पूजा करावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया, मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया। हे मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया। हे दुर्गा मैया, हे दुर्गा मैया, हे दुर्गा मैया, हे दुर्गा मैया, मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया। हे नारियल चढ़ावो मैया की न चढ़ावे, हे नारियल चढ़ावे मैया की न चढ़ावे। मैं होमा करावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया, मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया। हे मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया। हे दुर्गा मैया, हे दुर्गा मैया, हे दुर्गा मैया, हे दुर्गा मैया, मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया। अरे सूर शाम में दिया जलाओ, हे सूर शाम में दिया जलाओ। मैं कुमकुम के आरती दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया, मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया, मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया। हे दुर्गा मैया, हे दुर्गा मैया, हे दुर्गा मैया, हे दुर्गा मैया, मनावो दिन रतिया हे दुर्गा मैया। अरे या देवी सर्वभूतेषु, अरे मातृरूपेण संस्कृता। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। दुख हरो हमार दुख हरो